PhD. One day you will write books. One day commercials. One day the impossible, you will laugh at the impossible. You will look at the impossible and go, what was I thinking?
Hello, my spoiler alert friends. Thank you guys for joining me. So today I wanted to talk about cinnamon. And as you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, I'm a big fan of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And what I do with my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, typically I'll take my peanut butter, my jelly, I'll take bread, whether that be sourdough or regular bread, and then I'll sprinkle cinnamon, and I'll put cacao nibs. And today, actually, I started trying to do something a little different. I put walnuts on my sandwiches, and it's phenomenal. So, but I think the question has come up: why cinnamon? Why do you do cinnamon on your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? And for me, it was an easy way to incorporate cinnamon. And why would someone want to incorporate cinnamon? And the truth is, before I actually dug deep into the research, it was because it was like, okay, it has the ability to lower blood sugar. So knowing how sweet peanut butter and jelly sandwiches can be, I'm like, well, maybe I would like something that can counteract the sugar in it. So I was like, okay, what can I do? And cinnamon was the choice. But during my research to find out, okay, like how beneficial, how much should I take, all these things, I went into this rabbit hole and I found out there are multiple types of cinnamon. And there's research that says that it does lower blood sugar, decreases hemoglobin A1C, decreases lipid levels, triglycerides, all kinds of cardiovascular health benefits, but that wasn't consistent. Like some reports would say yes, some reports would say no. So I'm like, that's really strange, because I mean, different meta-analysis were saying different things, and I'm like, that's not normally the case. So then I started looking into, okay, what types of cinnamon are there? And the cinnamon that we take in normally at the grocery store is actually, it's reported to be good for you, right? But during my research, I found that cinnamon in high volumes, I think it's over 1 teaspoon of that cinnamon per day, can lead to liver issues and cancer. So I'm like, oh snap, I've been slamming that cinnamon. So I'm like, okay, well, what cinnamon should I be taking in? So then I started looking into it, and then there's a cinnamon, it's called Ceylon cinnamon. It's called the true cinnamon. It's from Sri Lanka. And that cinnamon has a significantly lower amount of the toxic element in regular cinnamon that causes the adverse effects like cancer and liver issues. So this is like a PSA, and also just like man, it's crazy the things we take in and we don't know and we didn't realize, but it's important to do your research. So hopefully, and again, this is like a shout out to everyone else too. Like, hey, if you guys have something you want me to look into, let me know. Put it in the comments. Send me a message. However you got to do it, because I'm actually interested in this stuff. And if I can find things that are like, hey, maybe tone down on that, increase this thing, I have no problem with sharing that with you guys. So the bottom line with this message is there are multiple different types of cinnamon, and each of them may have varying levels of success in lowering your blood sugar, or causing cardiovascular health benefits, or causing cancer or liver issues. So it's like there are differences in cinnamon. All cinnamon isn't created equal. So it's important to look into what you're taking in and then go from there. And I anticipate that's likely why there are so many differences in the research, where some say it doesn't do anything and some say it does. It might just be the type of cinnamon that you're using. So if you are interested in buying Ceylon cinnamon, it is actually, you can buy it at Target. So after I found out what kind of cinnamon I should be taking in, I'm like, where can I even buy that? So looked it up, and sure enough, Target has it. And I think Walmart might have it too. So um, if you guys have any questions, like I always say, reach out to your provider, talk to them, see if there's any issues, get labs drawn to see if you have been taking in a lot of cinnamon or things like that. See what your numbers are to make sure you're not in a danger zone, and you just haven't been aware, didn't notice any of the side effects of that. But again, I think that if we do it the right way, things can be fine. But like always, talk to your provider. And I thank you guys for joining me, listening to me talk about these things, and I'll see you next time.
One thing